Hey, you out there. It's me, Deani Adorned Beads, also known as Rebecca, and I am back. I'm trying to do different intros. I didn't like some of the other ones I've been working on. I think my health is coming through in the way I talk and deliver stuff. But today we are going to have fun with beads that you find exceptional, or maybe you don't. Like, there's all kinds of ways you could, whatever you use beads. I kind of think these projects, bookmarks, are really great for using bead soups. Like, if you have kind of some random beads and you're like, oh man, I don't know, just, you know, just some kind of random stuff you may have laying around. I feel like making these bookmarks are a great idea because, like, this is the only one I posted to the group so far on my Facebook group. Just a basic thing. I would teach these at the beading art therapy class I did at the rehab center here in town. And it was so much fun because not everybody wants to make jewelry. Some people want to make gifts and they don't, I don't know, they want maybe a bookmark. And also in rehab, they're really big on, you know, reading the literature that, you know, helps you get over your addiction and all that good stuff. So bookmarks were a big deal there because people had to be reading their books to be recovered people. So here's some that I've already made up. As you see, this kind of like this little sparkly guy here is just some stuff in my stash. Things I find, like, it's obvious a project I was just testing out or something. I don't know. It's very haphazard. There's even like a dangle and a kind of a random side there. But then I was like, oh, you know, just make a jump ring. I made my own jump ring with some yellow brass. I believe it's 18 gauge. And then I got some 22 gauge gold wire and, you know, just did that typical loop around there. You may see that on, like, you've probably seen this type of thing on eyeglass holders or whatever they're called these days. The ones that you wrap around your neck like a lantern. So another jump ring, and it's mixed metals, so it's like brass and copper and antique brass or bronze. Or so there's a sparkly earthy one as I love to do. This is actually the really old one that I had and I would use in the when I was at the rehab center doing the classes. I would use this book often to help guide me. And I used it inside this book. So as you see, it's cut for the size of this book. I used just Irish wax linen, and I just tied it on there. And you see, this was just some goofy stuff I had. And look how it's really rough looking, but it doesn't really bother me. So it's old. Stuff is kind of, yeah, you can kind of see stuff kind of wearing down here at the end, but Irish wax linen and wax fibers are great for this. You don't want something too waxed that gets the book sticky or whatever. That's something you do want to think about. This leather right here has kind of dirtied up my mat, the suede. So I think next time I would use, if I had it, this is just something I had in my stash from, like, when I buy other people's D-stashes, I get stuff that I'm just like, oh, okay, I don't know. I think I personally would prefer faux leather that wouldn't shed so much and have a little stretch to it maybe, but this isn't bad. You get the idea. I just didn't have, like, faux leather in this nice color. So you had kind of a sparkly brown thing going on here. So, you know, you can do colorful, whatever. And then this one, I love the earthy funness. I just, like, grabbed some beads that I love. And, oh, sorry. A lot of these were also from, apologize. A lot of these are just things from my stash. Okay, so let's get into it. And, you know, like, earthy fun. Anyways, let's just do this real quick. I know you guys can do it because you folks, I always assume you have, like, jewelry knowledge or basic beading knowledge. So what I used in this one right here is this, I think this is from, yeah, it's from Michael's. It's got a UPC. I'm like looking everywhere, but okay, cotton, this is wax cotton cord. So I'm going to use black this time if I can find the end. Here it is. All right, and I'm going, you know, books come in different sizes. So I'm showing you this one specifically because this one you can make an adjustable bookmark depending on books, you know, sizes. Okay, which one am I supposed to, there we go. This is a slip knot. These are the knots I would make also in that class. So we would wrap a real nice polished Montana agate. It's kind of like a lot of people were from out of the state and they loved getting Montana agate necklaces that they could wire wrap and put on a string. So you can see how this adjusts. Like it gets a little bit shorter and then we can slide it down. You can do a really tall book. So like, I mean, you see how it's adjustable? Like, it's very adjustable. So I kind of like that because I also have some really big books that are bead books. So I'm going to do what I did here and cut off a length that I like about this. So I'm going to, so when you have knots and such, you know, that takes up length in your piece that you're working with. So you always want to have like an extra amount to account for the wrapping over the bead and the knots and all the space that takes up. So I kind of give it like about 2 inches or so for that. And then I'm just gonna I'm sorry, I'm out of breath. I'm health-wise, All right, then that's the length there. On this one though, I just strung it on this beautiful cord and it's like so supple and lovely. And then we're gonna go down here just for extra because we're gonna wire wrap the beads. Where's it? Oh yeah. Okay. We're gonna wire wrap the beads that are dangling. Okay. All right. Man, I'm thirsty and I'm sweating. Of course I'm sweating. All right. So first, let's get our design down. I'm gonna use this as I used it here. I just like that kind of like that kind of pumpkin melon carved look. It's really beautiful and it looks great. That turquoise going with this Tibetan man, I'm out of breath, guys. I'm sorry. This Tibetan pendant. So in this, you know, these look good with this and that. Let's just put it together. All right, give me a piece of wire. What is this, 22? That's too soft. I want something a little more firm than a 22. Okay, so this is some, I think about 20 gauge wire, craft wire. Looks like it's a gold. It's got a nice flat end. Okay, so I am going to, okay, I want to do some wraps. So I'm going to use my bail link pliers. I think this is about 5 millimeter or something. It's it's like my favorite size. And I just turn it over. Do it like that. Make sure. Gosh, it's all crazy. This wire's crazy. So I'm going to have it like lay across. You see how they're like, and they're kind of just, okay. See that. Give it a little turn down here because this is going to be the part where the beads are, and we have this beautiful loop here. Oh, I gotta get these beads out of the view because they take away the focus of the camera. The camera's like, I want to look over here. All right, so I'm gonna hold my nice, beautiful loop with my chain nose. I'm trying to look in the camera, but I gotta look down at my actual hand. My coordination is bad right now. I'm very shaky. I haven't eaten yet today. So I'm just gonna use 2 chain nose pliers to do a wire wrap loop here. And this is really hard because I'm trying to look at the camera or look. There's some cords and straps hanging from the camera. Oh, that's kind of messy. Gosh, man, if you haven't done a beading video, it's weird. You're like, oh well, the person's not in focus, but it's like it can be difficult depending on the person's setup. Like me, I'm not a business, so I don't really invest in like crazy Oh gosh, I'm sweating like crazy. I don't invest in a lot of equipment because I'm just, you know, low key, tiny channel. This isn't my livelihood. I'm just a disabled person at this point. I'm on disability. I can't believe that. Okay. I felt it. It doesn't feel too scratchy, but I'm gonna like try to make sure it's behaving. So I'm just kind of gently pressing around. I need some new chain nose pliers for that kind of. Okay, so I've got the loop I want, but see this wire gets all crazy at the end, so I'm gonna cut it off before it gets too nuts. So I'm gonna cut it right here. I got plenty of wire to work with. I'm gonna put this wire back in the scrap bag. All right, so we have, what do we got over here? Oh yeah, this is going to be, all right. So I think, where's that other blue one? Shoot. Shoot, did I lose a blue bead? Come on now, Rebecca. I lost a blue bead. Dang it. All right, what was the pattern? I think it was like this, this, this. Oh wait, which way is it? No, that's upside down. Okay, there we go. There we go. Make sure the ohm symbol is sitting correctly up and upright. Yeah, I didn't want to make you suffer watching me. So yeah, this is like just kind of, I'm just getting kind of fun with it, like kind of a party. So these beads are going to go up to here. This, and also this kind of has like a, you see how it's kind of warped a little bit? I'm just going to straighten it out, just being really gentle, just so not pressing too hard, not trying to like get a bunch of scratches on it. Gosh, I have sweat dripping down my face, man. So I'm gonna place this here. I wanna make some room to have some bead wraps like that. So I'm gonna place this chain nose here and bend it like that. And you know, like the chain nose, like it starts at a fine point and gets wider towards, you know, it gets to the box joint here. So you see how that little gave some space. So on top of that, I'm going to use my peeling pliers. Get out of the way. This is awkward. I am out of practice. Wrap that around there. I want that. I want it to like, you want your tail to come over here to the turn-in wire. So here again, you can hold on with your chain nose and you can use your hand. With this one, I gave it too much space, but that's fine. I should have done messy wraps, but that's all right too. All right, I don't want to tighten so much that I crack the beads. So you still want to have just it's just a little snug, and it's not like they're dying for space in there and they're gonna crack, because you know the path of least resistance is the world's way, everybody. We and everything in this world are about the path of least resistance. Okay, all right, I can feel a little scratchiness on this one over here. So I'm going to gently tuck it in there and kind of work with it. Work at that loop and get this nice and settled in its place. Okay. I'm going to do that thing, but I'm going to do it closer to the tip of the chain nose and then bend it over so I don't have so much room. So I just have a little bit of room to do a wire looped wrap. I'm going to do the smaller wrap on this. I kind of wish I did that on the dangle at the bottom. So, oh yeah, that's not, oh, I did that. I messed it up, but that's fine. That's fine. That's too big still. Oh gosh. Rebecca, you messed up the pretty head pin. Okay, before I destroy this head pin, I'm going to start over. I like that head pin a lot. All right, so let's see how we can back out of this. I can use some like nylon. How'd that get in there? Okay. Trying to be careful and not be aggressive with this. But let's see if we can do this. Some head pins, if they're really poorly made, if they're like plated, the plating will fleck off when you do stuff like this, and it's horrible. I hate those head pins. No shade to head pins. I love head pins, but all right, so maybe not a wire wrap loop. How about that? Don't have enough space. So I'm going to turn it over. See if we just do like a single, just a basic loop. Man, my hands are tired. Yeah. I've got to get into this more. I had like such a terrible fall. I had 2 bad falls in September and really busted up my body. Like broke some ribs, and if you saw that thing on my YouTube where I was like showing my knee. Come on, That is a tough, yeah, man, I prefer way longer head pins than this. My advice, if you are into using head pins, I say get like the 3 or 4 inch if you can even find the 4 inch. It's so hard, it's so frustrating. I need to make my own head pins, like with a torch. I need to get a torch. I don't have one right now, but okay, I'm just working with it. I'm just kind of working that wire into there. Maybe I don't have to try to get my snips in there and get that tail off. God, this is painful. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just showing you like how to back out of an issue and hopefully not completely destroy a nice head pin or something. This is not the most pretty wrap, but I don't know. I'm sorry. There we go. All that trouble for that, people. All right, gotta put that over there. Gotta put that there. Gotta make some room for our beads in our project. I've always been doing dumb voices, and I apologize. Okay, I am going to I don't like these. I want to get different. I'm going to use some smaller, darker, and I don't remember where I got these. I think somebody might have given them to me, because there's like weird, like little bags of, what is all that? This has like those, oh man, well, that's for another video. I don't know what's happening there. What's in this? Okay, I'll go with these. I don't know. I have little stashes of weird stuff, and I don't know where it all come from, because so many people give me beads, or I buy destashes, and I end up with a lot of stuff I didn't purposefully buy, which is absolutely fine, because sometimes you discover things that I didn't know I needed. You know, it's like when you find like a food or something that's really simple and easy and delicious, and you're like, where has this recipe or this whatever been all my life? And yeah, okay. So let's get these going. Get these all made up. What do you think about? I love the double jump ring. I'm gonna do a lot of editing. I love the double jump ring on this, I will say. I love how it gives it more, just a little bit more pep to the design. Okay, to just do something simple here. I am going to just tie this into a knot. Do a double knot, double overhand knot. Okay, and you can use your, and when it's hard to like pinch, like I'm having hand strength issues today because my hands are, woof. I kind of snip a little bit off. It doesn't need to be that long. But see that wax in there? It's great. It holds your knots. It's beautiful. All right, so now All right. So this is the part that I hope, oh, there's something in that. Can you see that? There's something in here. So we're just gonna see if we can get a firmer wire. Have some just stray, there we go. So easily remove that piece of gunk. I think it's just an extra piece of clay. A lot of like beads from Africa, the Africa continent, or India, or even like Indonesia. Yeah, I just got some beads from Indonesia and they were pretty dirty and I had to wash them. All right, so we have this is going to be the main focal hanging down the book spine for your bookmark, and this will be the bottom. Just keeps the string from slipping out by not allowing it to slip through the pages, because this is thin, it'll slip through your pages. Okay. Okay, so got our sliding. It's just a barrel knot. So what you do with the barrel knot, if you don't know, see if I can kind of draw it out. There's so many explanations on YouTube, the internet, you know, just in general, how to do a barrel knot. So I don't want to kill your mind if you already know how. But if you've never seen a barrel knot, or you don't know what I'm talking about, but you have seen it, it's kind of like, okay, you have your cord, you have your main cord. So that's going to be this. It's going to be this part here. And then you're going to have like your loop. So you're going to have your bead. So let's just say the bead, you know, is here. Okay. So say this is your main cord going down the book. You're going to bring out your cord through it. So you're looped in the cord like this. And then you're going to take this, you're going to cross over, and then you're going to go up again, and then around again, and you can go back through, and see, you kind of making these loops, and this is like your cord coming through. So this is like trying to do a better illustration. It's been a while since I've sketched or done anything with my hands. So this is like, I'm gonna put the bead here, just okay, and so like this tail is going to come out. This tail right here is going to come out of your, so you're going to go loop, loop, loop. And you're like loop, loop, and then you're going to come out this way. This is your tail right here. It's your tail right here. And then you're going to actually come back over. This is the crazy part. And you're going to send that tail through that tube here. You're going to send it through here, through here. You're going to pull out that tube. And as you're holding it, you want to like hold on to these little rotated, do you see that? See, it's so dark. I don't know if you can see that. That's the problem with using black. Yeah, there's a lot of descriptions on the internet, and I don't know if I'm the best one to show you how to do it, because there's so many better instructions. All right, so we are done with our bookmark for today. Let's see, I don't need a long string like that. I'm just gonna cut a little nub off. So here, we got another adjustable bookmark. So you hold on to your barrel knot and you slide it through. And so now you have a shorter bookmark. Isn't that crazy? So you have an adjustable bookmark using fancy beads or Really inexpensive beads. You could, this one's not adjustable, but you could also use, cheap beads. Or you just use weird things in your stash. So, bookmarks, baby. Bookmarks. Yeah, I bet if I put this, if I use this, layout right here as my thumbnail, people are going to be like, what the heck is Rebecca making? But yeah, there's so much you can do. You can use sari ribbon if you have a larger whole bead. Let's see. Let's grab something over here. So say you have a large whole bead, you could do sari ribbon through this, and you could make the ribbon a beautiful. I don't have sari silk down. How do I not have sari silk out? I put it all away. That's not normal. I actually put one thing away and didn't leave it laying on my floor or scattered about. How did that happen? Not a single sari silk was found. Holy moly. I really did. I really put that stuff away. But anyways, I did this for my mother-in-law. She loves ladybugs, and I found a beautiful ladybug bead. I forget it wasn't Golem. Maybe it was Golem. Might have been a Golem ceramic bead. But yeah, it was big, and it was big enough I could put a red, beautiful sari silk, a ribbon through it, finished, kind of like a fairy silk. And as I said before, you can use regular beading wire that you bead. You could put really small patterned seed beads in there. That would be gorgeous. Let's see. So if this was a shorter bead strand, you could do that would be pretty if they're repeated back that way. You could do a bead strand with regular old beads, and you could, spice it up how you want for a dangle, and maybe you want another thing at the bottom. This dangle, here, this one. So yeah, you could have whatever you want. There's so many options. I guess the one thing I would caution against is the materials that you do use that will be in contact with the book. If it's an important book, that I don't know if this color if it's color safe, if it'll color fast. I don't know if it's going to fade or shed or bleed its color onto pages of books. I don't know. I've not used this. So I would suggest, if you're going to use something inside a book, that you might use something less sticky. This is not very sticky. It's really not, but it has enough stick to it that the knots can grab onto themselves. I'm having difficulty talking. I apologize. Having semantic disfluency. You don't know if this will stick to the pages or whatever. Then don't use it in a really special family heirloom type book. In my opinion, I would use something more like a good glass or a nice something that has something more permanent to it. It doesn't easily, if it got wet or humid, it wouldn't transfer its color. So these wouldn't do that. Seed beads. What else? Oh, and of course, if you have kids or animals in your house, or just people that would be inclined to, or anything that would be inclined to play with the bookmark as, it's dangling. So let's put this in a book. Okay. So when you have your bookmark and it's dangling, if it's dangling off the couch, or if it's dangling, if it's dangling, kids, people, whoever, cats, whatever, maybe you have a raccoon. Your raccoons will get into this. So just think about that too. I worry about a lot of things. I try to think about what can go wrong. and before I make a piece, or to have an understanding how it works. But with everything in life, you know, something doesn't always work out the way you may think it will. And so there's learning experiences where you will damage or break something, and you have to learn from that. So I'm just kind of throwing all that out there. That's like rambling or knocking around in my brain. So anyways, and yeah, so this right here, to illustrate, the reason you have a bottom bead is so it doesn't just like go through the book, and it's nice and stable. So it's like if you have a fancy journal, you can make your own bookmark for your journaling. Or if you do, if you do those kind of like art crafty, scrappy collage type works, and you're just kind of, you know, like your daily art book, these are also great to spice up your art books. All right, so I hope I gave you some enough ideas. Like, the sky's the limit. The thing is, just always be cautious with everything you do and try to think it through. Like, who's going to be using it? How will they be using it? And how could it go wrong if somebody else was using it and that person wasn't looking? You know, like a cat, like swiping at your dangling bookmarks. So, you know, think about it. How do we want to? All right, so these are the bookmarks I have right now. Can make a ton more, like I said, in just a minute ago. That sky's the limit, really. It just depends on your supplies and what you're willing to do, I think. All right, I hope you enjoyed this video. I really support, geez, I can't talk at all today. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much for your kind words. I know I'm not the most consistent, I can't even talk, man, my brain, consistent, I can't say that word. Oh man, today's not a good day for a video. Anyways, I know I don't put out enough videos, and I would like to do more. I just physically and mentally can't right now because of cognitive and physical issues that I keep talking about. But it's like they rule my life since I'm on disability now. You know, it's like having kids. They completely change your life, having disabilities. So I hope you had some fun with this. I hope you find all sorts of ways to further like the design possibilities, you know, sari silk, whatever kind of fibers. You could cut up your own fabric and sew your own bookmark, and then add a bunch of beads to that. That would be gorgeous. Oh man, I can see bookmarks in my head like that right now. There's so much you can do. It's just, you know, just do it. That's what I got to do. Sometimes I'm like, no, just do it. So yeah, sky's the limit. I love you guys so much. You're so kind. I don't deserve you guys. I know I don't follow up on comments a lot because of my anxiety. Like, my mental health has been, I'm bipolar, and I've got anxiety, and I've got major depression with serious recurring episodes, as they clinically describe me, having to be, unfortunately, put into a psychiatric ward for my own safety. It's weird. It's like a whole other person when that happens, and it's so scary. So I have to deal with a lot of that. But I love you guys, and if I don't reply to a comment or something, please, please, please do not take it the harsh way or a bad way. It's really about my self-esteem and my mental health that it is. It's not about you, and it's not me trying to be a jerk. Gosh, I promise. Like, all I want to do is like rule the world and make everybody happy, healthy, fed, clothed, loved, sheltered, medicine, healed, you know, faith, just everything. Just if we could all have hope and some safety, we could all do it. So I love you all. And I know I ramble at the end of my videos, but it's because I don't have very many people I talk to in person other than my husband, which, if you know, anyways. Oh my God. Love you guys so much. Have a beautiful day. Take care of yourselves. Eat some good food. Be healthy. Get your exercise if you can. It's really hard to do that, isn't it? I'm trying to lose weight because I'm the heaviest I've ever been. And take care of your friends, your family, and that includes those furry, scaly, feathered friends. I don't know what you call fish. I know they have some scales, and then sometimes they don't. Is it just skin? It just sounds gross to say. Just those skin pets you have, as opposed to furry pets. You couldn't say skinny. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I'm losing my mind. I'm turning to feral Rebecca. Okay, love you bunches. I hope you have fun with these ideas. I still have like all sorts of other videos. I have like ideas and blah, blah, blah. Thank you for your support. I'm not asking anything from you other than just be creative and be happy. Or be cool. You be cool, go to school. All right, love you guys. Bye-bye. Boop, boop. Bonk.